Cruise news time. And look, I thought I had a cool cruising whale story. A lot of times I get asked about whale stories, and I eloquently described the time that we came upon 6 killer whales in Auk Bay in Alaska, and how the killer whales interacted with our boat. It's a pretty cool story, but it's just 6 whales. And well, that story actually kind of looks like a booger when you compare it to the story that's making its way around the internet right now, where a cruise ship stumbled upon a larger meeting of whales. Try to guess what that number is. I can't wait to tell you about it. Also, MSC stepping up and helping out the victims of the Turkey earthquake. And well, there's a cruiser that is busted in trouble for balcony misuse, and a new type of balcony misuse, if that's even possible. Yeah, cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. Welcome to a wonderful Cruise Day Thursday. I mean, I'm not cruising today, but I'm sure it's like, people being born. It happens all the time. I'm sure it's a cruise day for somebody. Is it a cruise day for you? If so, we say a big bon voyage. That's French for happy cruising, I think. I don't know. Okay, let's talk the cruise news. We got some crazy stuff to talk. Cruise news story number 1. This story takes us to north of Coronation Island in the southern hemisphere. Takes us to an expedition cruise ship, the National Geographic Endurance. This is a cruise ship put in the water by Lindbad Expeditions. And well, they were out cruising and they stumbled upon a gathering of whales. And again, I'm not talking 6 whales, I'm not talking 100 whales, I'm talking a gathering of 1,000 fin whales. Now, the fin whales weigh about 80 tons. They're second in size only to the blue whales. And what happened, and let me try to draw a human parallel to it. Have you ever driven by a Golden Corral about 3 p.m. on shrimp and steak night, and you see all this massive amount of people going in, sometimes older people going in to get their steak and shrimp at 3 o'clock at the Golden Corral on a weekday? It's exactly the same thing. These whales stumbled upon a huge deposit of krill. Krill, not the evil people in Guardians of the Galaxy. Krill, these are crustaceans. They may be closely related to shrimp, maybe not, but you get what I'm saying. The krill was there, and 1,000 fin whales gathered to eat the krill buffet style, and then this cruise ship shows up, and for a lucky few hundred cruisers, they get to experience something that not many people have experienced. Now, they said about 100 years ago, this wouldn't have been uncommon, but as whaling and all that stuff ramped up and more whales were killed off, you wouldn't get these massive gatherings. But this is a good sign that the massive gathering is coming back. I'm so freaking jealous of these people. That would be quite the sight to see. I've thought about some of the cool things that I've seen off of my balcony before, and of course I've seen some bald porpoise right by the cruise ship. And then probably the most disturbing thing I saw off my balcony is one time we were docking, I can't remember the port, and we pulled up next to a Mein Schiff ship, a European ship, and there was a lady like shaving her hairy old husband's back. It was disturbing. It was probably not as cool as seeing 1,000 fin whales at the same time. And like I said, these fin whales, they are second only in size to the blue whales. They're mammals, of course, and it reminds me that I do have fans beyond humans out there. I was sent this picture the other day of this hamster watching the show, and it reminded me that I am very popular in the small mammal community. So again, if you've got any kind of hamster, guinea pig, any kind of thing like that, maybe put them in front of the TV and make sure they hit the like button. What's the coolest or strangest thing you've ever seen at sea, off your balcony, or just on an excursion? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 2, MSC Shipping, MSC Cruises doing what they can to add assistance to help with victims from the Turkey earthquake. Specifically, MSC has sent the MSC Aurelia from the port of Naples. It's loaded with basic necessities and first aid items. Also on board, there are pallets of medical supplies, food, hygiene items, warm clothing and blankets, as well as toys and crayons for children. They're arriving there. They will not only be providing the assistance in the form of the cargo that they're bringing, but they will also be providing 1,000 beds for people that have been displaced by the earthquake. In addition to the efforts of the Arella, MSC Shipping will also be sending over containers of aid and supply to the area. The cool thing, at least for me, when I think about MSC Cruise Lines, we know that they're in a big push right now to make some penetration into the North American market. They want to get more North American cruisers on MSC cruise ships. They have a big market share in Europe. And so, you know, we think about it in those terms as a competitive cruise line, but it's very nice to think about them in terms of people that recognize the need in an area that they're at and then providing that assistance. And like, it's not uncommon for cruise lines to help out in moments of disaster, but it's worth mentioning when we see it happen. So way to go. Good job, MSC. And certainly if any of you guys want to do anything for Turkey earthquake relief, organizations like the Red Cross, UN Relief Agency, you can go find those spots and be able to help if you feel so inclined. Tony from the Edit here. I'm just working on the final version of today's show. I realized I didn't say anything about Syria. The earthquake actually impacted Turkey and Syria, and so this relief effort by MSC is going both toward relief for Turkey and the impacted parts of Syria. So there's that. Just a quick correction, mid-show, in-show. Sorry about that. Now we really need to talk about this cruiser that got busted for balcony misuse. But before I get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, the magic hands are enticing you to subscribe. Cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of the latest cruise news. These episodes, as it were. Thank you in advance. All right, well, are you buckled in for this one? It's always funny in life. Sometimes you get caught doing things, and then sometimes you just bust yourself. And well, this is a story of somebody who has busted themselves and brought some attention onto them that maybe they did not want. And I think it's kind of an innocent busting. Before I tell you exactly how the guy got busted misusing the balcony, let's talk about some things you're not supposed to do on the balcony. The big ones. You're not supposed to smoke cigarettes on your balcony. Number 2, you're not supposed to play loud music off your balcony. Number 3, you're not supposed to throw stuff off your balcony. Number 4, you're not supposed to climb on your balcony. And number 5, I guess, is questionable. Some people say that you shouldn't make the sweet love on your balcony. More about that later, but apparently number 6 on the list, and one that I hadn't anticipated, is you're not supposed to move your whole bed out onto the balcony. This was posted on social media where a guy was proudly proclaiming that his balcony was so big that he was able to move the full bed out onto the balcony and sleep out on the balcony for 2 nights in a row. Now, once this made the social media, the cruise line got wind of it, and they quickly put out a disclaimer saying, no, do not move your bed furniture out onto the balcony. There was also a question like, is it okay to leave your balcony door open? The only time you don't want your balcony door open on a cruise ship is when your cabin door is open. It creates some sort of vortex of wind, vacuum situation that is not good. So the cruise lines don't want the balcony door and the cabin door open at the same time. So you can certainly leave your balcony door open all night, but the only challenge is the balcony door is often tied to the air conditioning for your cabin, just your specific cabin. And so if you leave your balcony door open, your AC won't work. Now let's swing back to the making the sweet love on the balcony. I've seen this on several lists, like this is a no-no. And I guess the reason that it's a no-no is because other people could see you, there's video cameras, that kind of thing. Maybe it's disruptive to other people if they hear the noise of sweet love being made on the balcony. Where do you stand on the bow chicka wow wow on the balcony? And are you brave enough to say you've done it? That would be an interesting, well, don't comment that because there's too many weirdos out there. Anyway, do you think there should be a hard restriction against, balcony fun time? Or do you think they should just softly say, don't get it on out there? I don't know. Leave a comment below. Thank you so much for checking out the show today. I sure hope you enjoyed it. You can show that you enjoyed it by hitting the like button with your elbow. Just crush your phone. Hit the like button with your elbow. And unfortunately, if you do not hit the like button, I will be forced to punish you. And your punishment will be this. You will be on a wonderful expedition cruise. Everybody will be out looking at the meeting of the whales. And at that very moment, your significant other is going to need a cup of coffee. And you're going to be down in the galley getting a cup of coffee while the 1,000 whale adventure's happening. And right when you get up there with the coffee, they'll be gone. on and your significant other like, you should have been here. It was crazy. You can avoid all that. Hit the like button. This is Tony for La Lido Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.